Hey Dippy Dippies, today I've got a story time. Hi Lola. Let's say hi to Lola. Lola, say hi. Does she want a Dippy Dippy too? Wait. Bismillah. Oh, she loves cheese pizza. She loves it. Go on, get it. She loves it. Anyway, I'm so hot and thirsty. Let's get a drink of cola. Nice. That's nice, all right. Oh, let's take a sip. Anyway, so we're going to tell a story today. I wish I had ice, but I don't have a fridge, so oh well. Cola's still nice though. It's actually quite cold in the bottle from the shop. Like the refrigeration, not the refrigeration, the air conditioning in the shop. All the plastic bottles go a bit cold. Shh, that's nice. Shh, that's nice. So let's have a little sippy sip. Bismillah. Oh. Yeah, no, it stopped sizzling. So the story I'm going to tell today, oh wait, let's introduce the food, okay, Lola? So we've got garlic and 3 cheese pizza with broccolini sprouts on top, which probably sounds a bit weird, but it's actually really yummy. Excuse me, bitch. This is coming off. I've got wings. Complete brain stop right there. Sorry guys, I'm just not with it. So I've got some wings, which I've baked in the oven. I haven't fried them. But I've got some homemade chips, which are kind of like a little crispy, a little bit soft, and super salty. And I did them in the oven also. And I've got a whole bunch of ranch. And today, because people have been asking for a new sauce, I decided to get Sweet Baby Ray's honey chipotle. Honey chipotle barbecue, which, no, whatever light sounds freaking delicious. I have tried Sweet Baby Ray's before. Just twist the cap off. I kind of want to put some in this dippy bucket. Yeah, so you guys know what it is. But it's just really accessible to me now. So apart from me being a weirdo, yeah, the story time today is about me being a weirdo. So it's actually one of the ones that I listed in drinking Coke's going to be weird for me. Coca-Cola. It's not Coca-Cola, it's just cola. It's going to be weird for me because I have actually cut out all caffeine from my diet. Like all caffeine. Like I'm just like drinking mild black tea, which I know has a caffeine-like substance, but it's not the same as coffee. I've hardcore given up coffee and now I'm drinking a sugary cola. Wow, maybe it'll just give me energy for the story time. So the story time, I did a survey about what kind of story times I should do. And, you know, different people voted different things. What is going on with my hijab? Anyway, was that delicious, Lola? Yes, it was. Yes, it was, Dobby. Hi, my princess. Hi. No, you can't have no more pizza, right? No. That's enough. You know I gave you bits of chicken and potato before the video. She's so naughty. Anyway, so one of the story times that people voted for was a story from my younger years when I was at the beach and I was a young person. And the story is about how I became known as a missing person on Australian national television. Yummy. I was a missing person. So if you want a weird story, stick around. Oh my God, I'm so hot. Let me just, oh my God. Now, somebody said to me today, you can probably find the footage on the internet. So if anybody can find it, if you're interested, if anyone can find it and show it to me, I will actually confirm it to me if you can find it, because it made national news. It's on file. It's on file somewhere on the internet. I haven't even looked, like, honestly, I haven't bothered. And it would be interesting to know my version of the story compared to what actually played on the news about how I was missing. So anyway, no, you're just not, okay? Okay, bestie. I love you too. You can't have the honey chipotle. It smells like bacon, but it's not. I've checked the ingredients, just relax, okay? So anyway, I did this in ranch for the thumbnail. So yeah, here's how the story goes. Dippy dippy. Dippy dippy. Am I going to make horrible eating sounds the entire video? No. But no. Out. That's against the rules. You can't swipe a no swipey. She's trying to schnozzle swipe the bones, and she can't have cooked chicken bones. Go sit down on your spot. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get angry. That doesn't mean you can have the bones. Go sit down. Quick. You know the rules. She's eaten more chicken than me and I haven't even started. Go sit down, please. She's so naughty. Anyway, so here's the story. And, you know, it's as I remember. So if anyone was there and they have a different view of what happened, let me know. Got some pizza here. Let's dip it in the sweet berberes. Oh, that's rich. You know when something's good when I start squinting one eyelid, you know. So let's set the scene for the story. So it was either Glenelg Beach in South Australia or Semaphore Beach. Sorry. I'm pretty sure it was Semaphore Beach from memory. Pretty sure. So if you're from South Australia, you'll know where that is. Oh, yeah. So I was a young girl. So I wasn't 18 yet. I was, you know, a couple of years younger, so to speak. And I think I was about like maybe, I don't know, I'm trying to think, like maybe I was like 12 or 13. I don't think I was very old at all. Like I was very young. Anyway, so relating back to my previous story about my implants and the swimming center, the swimming pool, the chicken fillets. If you remember the bikini from that story, okay, like this is maybe like, I don't know, a little bit of time after that. And like, I wasn't allowed to wear the bikini. My parents would just not allow it. Anyway, so what I did this time I went to the beach was with my family, was that when I was a child, I couldn't wear it. And I could only wear it under regular clothes and go in regular clothes in the ocean because of modesty reasons. And no, my family's not Muslim. It's just part of, you know, the combined mixed religions that each person practices. Just we were expected to be modest. So I had the string bikini on, but I also had regular clothes on, like jeans, a long sleeve shirt, you know, a hat, and I had to go in the water like that, wearing all my clothes. So my little brother, he was very, very young. Like I can't remember the exact age. He was like maybe 2 or 3. And again, I could have this wrong, but he had like a beach ball, you know, one of the types, just traditional beach ball you'd see like 20 years ago or whatever. And he was just playing with the ball on the beach and being supervised, okay, by me, because I'm the eldest, okay? So my little brother, he was so adorable when he was little. He was just the cutest. I mean, now he's a real baddie and like the ladies have to look out because he doesn't play around. But thank God I've heard he's settled down with a partner now. So, you know, that's, you know, I've just seen on the internet. That's awesome and I'm really happy for him. But when he was a little boy, he was just the cutest little baby. Oh my God. So he's on the beach and he's like playing with the beach ball and I'm supervising him and my 2 sisters, because in this family, I've got multiple families from being in mixed families. So in this family that I have, there's my little brother and my 2 little sisters. And so my brother is the youngest and they're all technically my half siblings, but all my siblings are my half siblings. So like out of all of them, and I've got a lot, I don't consider half siblings to be half or step or whatever. Like I just consider siblings to be siblings. So I will refer to them from this stage on as my siblings, just so you get it. This is just my mentality. So my little boo-boo, my little brother, is playing with the ball on the beach. I said that before. And the wind picked up. And this is at Semaphore Beach. The wind picked up and took his beach ball zooming down the sand. Like it just kept going and going. And I motioned to whichever parent, I can't even remember now. And I say, so it was my biological father and my adopted mother. So not my biological mother, but definitely one of the people that, you know, spent a lot of time raising me. So I said to them, like, I'll go get the ball. Wow. Yeah, sounds pretty like normal, basic. And they were gonna watch my brother instead of me. So they come on over and they watch my brother and I take off running down the beach. Now, just to give you a bit of a picture, oh wait, before I took off running, I took off my regular clothes and then ran off in my string bikini. Like, just when they weren't looking. Now, I knew they would be enraged that I was presenting myself in a string bikini. I knew it. But I thought, in my sweet little head, I cannot run down the beach in the sand, dressed for the winter time, in 45-degree heat in Australia, sweating my lady boobs off, right, to get this ball for my brother. My mind was on, I've got to get the beach ball. That's it. Everything's going to be sacrificed. My dignity. I'm going to get a beating later for taking off my other clothes. Boy, I got a beating. Anyway, so I like whip off the clothes like anyone else at the beach would, but my parents didn't see, and I jog off in the string bikini. Now, at that age, everybody said it, everybody, family and non-family, they said I had the body of like Elle Macpherson. Now, I'm not saying I'm hot, okay, this is a long time ago, and I did do modeling for a while, but I am trying to give you the impression of what I look like because it's relevant to the story. So I was a young teenager, but I could pass for a 25 to 30-year-old woman. Okay? I was very athletic. I was 6 foot tall. And I had a model's body. So I didn't have like any fat at that stage, like nothing. Like I was just like muscle, tone, and just like the Elle Macpherson body basically. And not more than a year after that, people, you know, in my family that would make a big deal would be like, oh, her legs are longer than Elle Macpherson. They actually measured it because I remember she put her measurements in a magazine, and people were like, oh, you could be a bigger model than Elle Macpherson. Look at me now. I'm a fucking potato. Okay? But yeah, to put the mental picture in your head, like I had the athletic Elle Macpherson body, and I was brown. Like, look at me now, I'm so white. You would not recognize that it was me because I was olive and I was tan and I was brown and I was gorgeous. Gorgeous. But you know what? As I ran off down the beach looking for my baby brother's beach ball, every time I'd go to catch up to it, the wind would blast it off further. And if you know anything about Semaphore Beach in South Australia, the beach just goes on and on and on. And at one point I thought, isn't it going to go in the water? Isn't it going to get blown in the water? It didn't. It just kept going down the flipping beach. And I just kept chasing it and chasing it. Now, just to give you a picture, I have ADHD and I have no sense of time. So I was actively running and power walking and running for almost 3 hours. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, but never quite back to my parents and family. Just like between where I'd taken off to wherever the hell the ball went. And at one stage, some people grabbed the ball and started like throwing it in the air, and like it just went wild. The wind, like if you know Semaphore Beach, it can get windy. It can get so windy down there, like it's insane. So like you can imagine this beach ball just kept going and going and going. Anyway, so that's not a very exciting part of the story, but getting to the embarrassing part, although I'm not embarrassed, whatever. I was gone for 3 hours. And I was an underage child. So my parents like never called the police. Like never. Like I can't tell you why, because for privacy reasons, but you know, there might be a few dodgy people in my family. Maybe. I'm not going to get into it, but you know, the police are never an option in my family because of that. Because you know, even if somebody's you know, like a good person in my family, the police don't like my family. They'll be like, aren't you the relative of this person or this person or that person? And they're, you know, a criminal. And it's like, yeah, and then they just don't help you. Now, anybody that has, you know, family or friends in the police, you probably go, oh, yeah, right. Like, you know what? I'm sorry, I don't care what you think. It's the truth. Okay? So we would never call the police for anything. That and being proud, of course. But this time, like, they actually thought that I'd been kidnapped because I was gone for 3 hours or more. So the police were actually called, which I could never imagine happening in my family, but it happened. And let me have a drink. Oh, damn, it's refreshing. Let's get some more. So, you know, it probably almost killed every member of my family when the police were called, because just the idea of calling them was like so shameful in my family. It was so, you just don't, okay? So the cops just come and, you know, they do their job actually, which, you know, I can't tell you why. I mean, maybe it was because it was such a public spectacle, even though it was my family, because she knows that any other involvement with police has never gone well, even if it's innocent people in my family. The discrimination is thick in the air, babies. So I presume because it was at the beach, it was public, I was an underage child, they're like, okay, we've got to actually do our job. So they do. And, you know, it got to the point where news reporters were coming down to the beach. There was a beach-wide, town-wide manhunt looking for a kidnapper. Somebody had said that they saw a man leaving with a child. And I've just got to say, the man leaving with the child was just a parent, because I didn't leave with any man, and the child they described was like a small child. It wasn't like a big child that could pass for a 25-year-old. Lola. Oh my God, she's so cute. Look at her. Let's have a look at little Lola for a sec. She wants attention. She said the food doesn't matter. Look at her. But she just wants all the food. You can't. Maybe there's a potato with no salt. Give me a minute. Did you just lick that straw? You terrorist. Anyway. Here's a bit with no salt. Should I dip it? You want me to dip it in the baby Ray's? Just a tiny bit because it's got sugar in it. Oh my God, look at her eyeball. Oh my God, she loves it. Don't you lick that. Don't you lick that cutlery. Give me a kiss. Okay, go on your spot now. We're in the middle of the story, okay? Yes, you can have some after, I promise. Don't you smile at me, cheeky. Get the sauce off the camera so much or it'll just drain the picture quality for some reason. Okay, so I'm just going to wipe Lola's kisses off. On your spot. Go on. Quick. Skit. Shut. Go on your spot. Go on your spot. Do it. Just do it. Just do it. Make your dreams come true. Anyway, I made my dreams come true by going on a 3-hour, you know, beach run because I loved sport back then. I was in track running and everything. Anyway, so there was this manhunt looking for someone that was just a parent who'd been identified as a possible suspect in my kidnapping, even though I wasn't kidnapped. And so, how do I describe this? They were looking for some pedo. Again, it was just somebody's dad that they'd be like, that's a man and he's got a child, so he must be a pedo and he stole her, even though the child was like 8. and I looked like I was 25. Anyway, it's just some poor dad taking his kid home. Talk about biases and typecasting, my God. Anyway, so they had the, what do you call it, the helicopter, the chopper that does like the searches for missing people, was out looking for me. And it's funny because I got notified, when I was jogging, somebody stopped me. It was a woman, and she was maybe like 30 or 40, and she grabs my arm as I'm jogging. I'm like, oh, like, why you touch me? And she's like, have you seen a young child? And I'm like, thinking, what, like my brother? What's happened to my brother? And she goes, no, it's a girl. It's a girl. And she kind of does this. She goes, she's like young, but not too young. So I don't know, nobody's told me. She's probably like this big. And she like shows up to like my lower chest, that they're looking for a child of that height, of my age, but she thought I was like 25 to 30. And I'm like, oh, it's a girl. And she's like, yeah, there's a missing girl. And I'm like, oh my God, what if like some pedophile's taken her? You know, because you hear the stories and you see the things. And they're actually talking about me, but they don't realize I'm the missing child because they think I'm an adult in my string bikini because I was 6 foot tall and I look like Elle McPherson. So get out of the fake fridge, Lola. Out. Why are you being naughty? Oh, are you okay? Did you choke? Do you need pizza to make yourself feel? You're not having any. Get on your spot. Fuck. She's so naughty when there's pizza. Anyway, so what did I get up to? So there was the chopper up in the air, like the search chopper, you know, for when they're looking for criminals or missing people like children. Sorry. So funny. And there's a whole road like going across the beach strip where cars drive, and there was like a parade of taxis going and stopping, and I'd never seen anything like it down there because it's not usual for taxis to be like down there. But apparently the taxi company had joined the search for the missing child, who was me. So thanks, taxi drivers. So we got the chopper, the taxi drivers. Like taxi drivers were questioning people in the street. It was getting hardcore. People were stopping me when I was jogging, looking for the ball, asking if I'd seen a missing little girl. And then it got to like the 3.5 hour mark. And I'm like, honestly, I swear to God, I didn't even know the time. I was just off in La La Land because my ADHD, I swear to God. And so I get back. Sorry. I get back in my string bikini, looking like Elle. And I see all these TV cameras. Like there wasn't one, there was several. And my parents were giving an interview. And I'm like, oh my God, like, what if the woman was wrong and it was a little boy and they're talking about my brother and not a little girl? And so I'm like, suddenly I'm emotional because I just love my brother so much when he was such a little baby, little freaking cute little thing. And I thought that for a split second, I thought that he was missing. And I didn't think it was my sisters because I thought they're actually like a little bit older and they're kind of really savvy at that age. But my brother was just so like little and sweet and cute. And I was like, somebody's kidnapped my brother. And then I'm like running up to the TV cameras where my parents are. And I'm like, what's going on? Where's, my brother? And one of the TV cameras pivots around to me in my stream. My parents' faces drop. Like, they went from terror and crying and, oh my God, my child, to like, well, that was just my adopted stepmom, actually. My dad was more like looking really like, he was like really serious. He was like looking around at people, like if anyone was shady, you know, like who's he got to go and sort out. But my adopted stepmom, she's, you know, more of a flamboyant person. So she was kind of like really like losing it, okay? And I turn up in the string bikini. Now, last time they saw me, I was wearing jeans, a winter top. I was covered in modest, and there's cameras everywhere. And I turn up in my string bikini with my Elle Macpherson body. And my parents, they turn around and they're like, I can't do it, but they did the Kubrick stare. Both of them, I swear to God. And they're like looking at me in the string bikini like murder faces. But I'm not even scared of my parents at that point. I'm just like, why are there people interviewing you? I could see my brother and I could see he was safe. I could see my sisters and I could see they were safe. And so I was like, why are my parents going what I would consider off their tits? It was like this out of body experience. I just could not relate to what was happening. And there was a policeman there who was also being interviewed, and he wasn't just like a regular policeman, like a constable or whatever. He was like a bit higher up, and he was like representing on TV that they're going to find the missing child and, you know, entrap the perpetrator pedo, and, you know, because he'd been seen leaving the scene with the child. And like, but there I was, I rocked up. And my adopted mum and my biological father, they're like, there she is! There she is! But they're just like, instead of happy, they're like horrified. They're embarrassed. They're humiliated. They're like, why are you in a string bikini? Close the curtain. Oh, you did. Good girl. And isn't she cute? Let's move this so we can see Lola. Of course, the other children in the family just look really confused. I remember my dad's face, like he was like I said, looking into the crowd like he's going to finish someone off if he finds out if they had anything to do with it. Like he's like getting ready to hunt someone down. And then he sees me and he was like, you're in a string bikini. You're in trouble. And that was my adopted mum. And yeah, she was just like hysterically screaming. And I kind of feel like some people just react like that in emergencies. And, you know, she did on several emergencies. I know that's just how she is. I'm kind of the opposite personality, which doesn't necessarily look as embarrassing. It looks like I'm calm and collected. But if something happens, I just freeze. I just go silent. So I'm the opposite. So I kind of, like I didn't understand the situation. There was just so much screaming. And the cameras, and there were people like gathered around in like a semicircle, and everybody just kind of gay gasped and looked at me in my string bikini. Like somebody laughed at my parents, and then somebody said, oh, like, was it like a, what's the word? Like a stunt. Like it was faked or something. And they were like, that's a 25-year-old woman. That's not, you know, a 12, 13-year-old. And I then had to give an interview to the police, which they caught on camera from a distance, to confirm that I wasn't an adult and that it wasn't a stunt. and that I was literally just going off and getting the beach ball for my brother. They literally did not even believe my age. And it's not the first time that happened with police that I've been mistaken for an adult and actually got into trouble as an adult as a child. So, oh God, maybe it is a little embarrassing. I'm going a little red. Haven't even eaten the food. I've just been telling the story. So yeah, after that we did what we usually did, which was after the beach, we would go to my grandmother's house. Because to drive home from Semaphore Beach was at least an hour and a half with traffic back to the rural property to get home. And on a really hot day, so we'd stop off at Grandma's house. Grandma would chock us full of food. She'd be in the kitchen cooking for hours, bring out all the leftovers. You know, she'd just be like, eat, you know, hydrate us with fizzy drinks and stuff like that. She was just such a great grandma. Anyway, so we'd all sit around at the table, and I was told that the hiding of a lifetime would come later when I got home, and boy did it happen when I got home. But before that, we were at Granny's house and I was just in a lot of trouble. And so we all sat around eating the food that Granny had made for us with the TV on, watching from the dining table. How we all were interviewed by the police and it was hysterically embarrassing, and how I had, quote, shamed the entire family and made them call the police, which in my family is a no-no because of my stupidity. Anyway, I was just trying to help my brother. Yeah, I got the whooping. When I got home. Oh my God. Yeah, I still remember the search helicopter. The brigade of taxis that have joined in the manhunt to find the missing child. Oh my God. It's very embarrassing. Not for me, for everyone else. Because I don't get embarrassed, I just don't. I remember my grandma saying to go easy on me, and I was just trying to help my brother. But then she was also like, but you did make them call the police. Sorry. So funny. I'm sure I've missed out some kind of major detail or something. But just like off the top of my head, what do you think of my weird story? Look at this. Such a basic pizza, but with the garlic and broccolini, it's just so nice. I swear when I was a kid, I just had the strangest experiences, honestly. I did not have a normal childhood. So for the pizza, it's definitely not a homemade one. I just basically got a store-bought pizza. Looks good before it went cold. And it was just cheese. It was just like a light sauce, herbs and cheese, 3 kinds of cheese, but not too much cheese, like very light. So I baked an entire garlic pod in the oven. Actually put it in with the chicken. So the chicken's very garlicky smelling. When it came out, I just squished it all and squeezed out all the, pardon me, all the pulpy garlic. And then I spread it across the pizzas. And then I had some broccolini heads that I diced up really finely. You can just see I've, you know, they're gone on like rice sprinkles, basically. I mean, the flavor is so nice though. I haven't made homemade pizza like from scratch with like making my own base for like years. But when I do, I'm good at making pizza. I don't know why I don't do it. There's not a lot of bench space, but last time I did it, I had this big dining table in this room, but I don't have the dining table since I ended up in the wheelchair for that time, because I couldn't get the wheelchair around the table. So because of that, I don't really do baking anymore from scratch. But yeah, I do have this big table, but the other one was like hardwood, so you could really like roll out the pastries and stuff, whereas this is like a flexi kind of plastic table, which is not great for that. But yeah, people keep saying, oh, why don't you make food from scratch? I actually enjoy doing that. Yeah. Dippy dippy. I have to actually tell the story about another time the police mistook me for an adult member of my family. And I got in trouble that time as well. Like this time at the beach, they actually didn't believe that I was a child and they wanted to arrest me for wasting police time. I don't know how my dad proved it. Probably I would have been like on his Medicare card or something like that. Like they questioned me about my school or something. I can't even remember. But yeah, genuinely, they did not believe I was a child. Yeah, so I almost got carted off and locked up, but I narrowly avoided it. I might see if I can find the footage. It's got to be available on the internet. Surely, because it was national news. It wasn't just like South Australian news. They were like, a manhunt is underway at Semaphore, South Australia, for a missing young girl. Eyewitnesses at the scene have said they saw a suspect running away with a child in his arms, forcing them into a car. Probably just some kid having a tantrum because their dad was saying time to go home from the beach, right? But that's what it was like. So, if I find it, Oh my God. If I find it, I would personally be so entertained to watch it. Mm. Yeah. Mm. Dippy dippy. But yeah, I can't remember if it was Channel 9, Channel 7, Channel 10, whichever the national, the local and then the national news. Bro. I have been kidnapped before, but not that time. Not that time, besties. Yeah. Oh my God. Mm. Mm. The garlic is like so garlicky. Oh my God. Mm. That Sweet Baby Ray's. Oh my gosh. Whereabouts in the Americas is that made? Mm. I think that's enough, but I might have some dessert. I'll change my straw because it's going to get a bit soggy. So guys, I don't know what story time to tell next. I've got another story time, but it's not funny. It's just like hella scary. So I don't know whether to do that next. Or think of another funny one. So many funny ones, but there's so many scary ones. Ugh. Maybe I'll pick story from a different category. Like this one's kind of funny. So maybe I'll do a scary one or a story about aliens. I don't know, some experience that I've had in life that I just have to share. Mm. Mm. Oh yeah. Okay, let me read this to you. It says, Sweet Baby Ray's gourmet sauces, honey chipotle barbecue sauce. In 1985, my brother, Chef Larry Raymond, perfected the family's recipe and entered our sweet and tangy barbecue sauce into the country's largest rib kickoff. He named it after the nickname I got while playing basketball on Chicago's West Side, Sweet Baby Ray. The sauce is so fine, the taste beat out nearly 700 entries in the rib-off. Within a year, Larry and I, along with our high school friend, Mike O'Brien, formed a company around our award-winning sauce and our simple philosophy about barbecue. The sauce is the boss. Sweet Baby Ray. First ingredient, high fructose corn syrup. You know it's tasty. You know it's tasty. Of course, cola goes with Cocoa Pops. Do you know what? If you're Australian, you know what I mean. If you used to pour cola or lemonade over the top of your ice cream, well, ice cream's milk, and I've got milk in my Cocoa Pops, and here's the cola. In Australia, you call it a spider. A spider is the ice cream with soda on top, and it goes all fizzy. Well, my Cocoa Pops are milky and fizzy now too. Wait a minute. Oh my god, that tastes good. That just tastes like all my childhood memories. It's like fizzing on my tongue like sherbet. Yum. So I don't think I need to keep talking, because what else have I got to say? I mean, why am I shaking? I think it's from the caffeine. Why don't I do it? Oh. I need to calm down. You need to calm down. Listen, I'll give you the ranch, not Sweet Baby Ray's, because the Sweet Baby Ray's got the high fructose corn syrup in it, okay? So bye, besties. The way she took it away, she's like, bust the curtain. That was hilarious. Loli is so entertaining. Anyway, tell me what kind of story I should do next. I don't want to do true crime next. I'm just feeling a little bit like emotional, so I would not like to do true crime. I'd like to do like a story. It could be a scary story or a funny story, alien story, haunting story, anything you guys want. Like, just let me know, and I'll pick something from your suggestions from my memories. Spooky. Okay, besties. Love you. Bye. Have a great day. Yeah, you have a great day. Bye.